On this week's episode, we're going to be modifying the Renault Dauphine dashboard to accept a beetle speedometer. We're most likely going to be wiring this car up as a beetle, and obviously with the current running gear that we're running, a working speedometer is going to be easily achieved using a beetle speedometer. First thing we got to do is get some donor metal. So we're going to head over to Paul's house where he's got a dash waiting for us. This is the area that we're going to be harvesting out of this dash. The only thing I'm worried about is these indentations. It would be nice to almost have like an oval dash to work with, but obviously we don't want to cut up an oval dash. I think the best thing for us to do is just to take the dashboard out of the Renault, and we'll get the Speedo out and all the trim and kind of see what kind of hole we have to plug up. As always, we're learning together. I don't know who decided to lower the car before working on it, but this thing is whooping me. I just got a package, which I believe is for the car. Gives us an excuse to take a break. Let's go check it out. Wolfsburg West. Boom, the firewall for the Renault. Let's get back to the torture. All right, so we finally got the dash out. That took me like a good hour to get like 6 to 8 bolts out. And as you saw, the firewall came in. There's gonna need to be some massaging to get that to fit in, but that's not gonna be in this video. I'm waiting on a tubing bender and some more metal before we get back into the body. So this is our quest for this week. So after what feels like the entire day, we finally have the dash out and stripped down. And I've just been looking at it, trying to come up with the different options of what we should shave, what we should leave. And pretty much we know we're gonna put the Beetle Speedo in. And then I got to thinking it would be nice to have the headlight switch, so let's add that in. And then to make it a little more Beetle-like, I thought maybe we should put the windshield wipers in too. So I added that switch in my head, of course. But ultimately what I've decided is that I should probably just sleep on it and kind of let my brain slow down a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do. Same clothes, new day. Slept on it. Still don't know what I want to do. What I do know is that we're definitely putting this Speedo in. So let's get our donor piece cut out. I'm pretty sure that the Speedo is going here, and then we're gonna shave this indent out, make it flush, and then we're gonna put the 2 Beetle controls here. The rest of it, I'm not sure. There's this cool little ashtray that comes with it, but this one's in pretty rough shape, and I'd like to paint the dash, so I don't know if it's gonna match. We might just shave that too. So this is our donor piece. I cut it all the way back under the dash too, because I'm wondering if we could use our steering column brace here, which would be really nice. So next I'm gonna just kind of trim all these recessed areas out of it to make it more square and try to fit it in. so I screwed up. It's not catastrophic, but I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. So I mocked up, as you saw, the Speedo in there just to kind of see what it would look like. And what I didn't take into account was where the steering wheel is going to be. So I'm just trying to like center the Speedo where the other Speedo centered, and that's not right. Luckily, I realized it before I welded anything. So I think the next step is going to be just to square up the body. I wasn't going to do anything on the body, but in order to get this dashboard done, we're going to have to. So we're going to square the body up, get everything where it's going to sit, and mock up the steering column. See where that steering wheel is going to land. That way we could take some measurements and put the Speedo exactly where we need to be. We're back, and what a humbling couple of days it's been, mostly due to my ignorance of a project like this. But that's the point of this, is to challenge myself, so we move. You guys haven't seen this yet, but we kind of cut a bunch of this out, and don't be alarmed because there's gonna be more cut out. The only reason I've left what's in here is just for stability until we kind of build our tube frame in here. A lot of this stuff's gonna get cut out, and we're gonna redo sheet metal in here just because we're gonna have an articulating airbag in here. Plus we gotta get a gas tank in here. So there's gonna be a lot going on in here. I've also notched for the steering column, which we're also gonna enclose with kind of like a half pipe. So what we're gonna work on right now is getting the steering wheel mounted up so we can at least kind of find that center line of the speedometer. So let's get that going. So we got the column in and got it at an angle where it's inevitably gonna sit. And what we learned is that unless we wanna sit in the back seat, we're definitely gonna be shortening the column about a foot. And we're about 5 inches off on the Speedo, which is frustrating, but I'm glad that we caught it before we welded anything in. Also, with the new position of the Speedo, I think that it kind of made the decision for us that we're gonna shave this side of the dash. Also, I think we're gonna shave the indentation for the radio and the ashtray. Just put the 2 knobs for the headlight and the windshield wipers. I'm undecided about that glove box because storage is always nice, but it would look nice smooth. I'm thinking just like ivory everything, ivory steering wheel, ivory dash, nice and smooth. It would definitely look good, but that's for the future. We got a late start tonight and it's getting late. I'm gonna get to bed and we'll pick it back up tomorrow. So I've just been going through the stash looking for another steering column, which I do not appear to have, but ultimately I don't want to cut that batwing steering column because it's an early steering column. But then I remember to have this hunk, and this thing has a good steering column. I don't think I want to use the steering wheel. I want to stick with the batwing. I think pulling that column out is what we're gonna do. And with that being said, we're just out of time this week to do all that. So we'll pick it up next week. Thank you for all the love on the last Renault video. It's by far the best video we've put out, and I really appreciate it. It makes me feel good about what I'm doing over here. So if you're still watching this video and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about our little project, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.